So tonight, Matt Schramm is going to speak to us. He started caving in 1991, and if you guys remember back then, we had a member named Chris Thibodeau who was running informal classes through UT, and he was taking a lot of people caving. We called them Thibodites, and Matt is a Thibodite. He went caving for the first time through that class, and then very shortly after that, got completely sucked into the grotto, went on his first Mexican caving trip, and from there it just became a part of his life. Now he took a few years off, but he's back, and he says Mexican caving is thriving, and he wants to tell you about it. It is something that we used to do more, and then we didn't for a while, and now we are again. There are people going to Mexico and going caving, and we want to do that. And so listen to Matt and hear about it, and let's go to Mexico.
Hey, Matt. Yeah. You're talking very well. Yeah. Thank you. Talk fast. So it's exciting to see all the new people here. This is really going to be cool for you guys. A big part of caving, especially from Austin. This has been a hub for Mexican cave exploration since what, the 50s? 60s? How long have we been caving from Austin into Mexico? When did that really start? Late 50s? 60s? 60s. This is the hub of Mexican caving. So, so typically we load up trucks and head to Mexico. And from Austin, there are pretty much three major borders that we usually use: Laredo, Colombia, or Piedras Negras, depending on where we're going. Laredo actually has two bridges. These take about 4 seconds each. Colombia is an interesting border. We just used it the other day. I don't think I'm going to use it for going to Mexico anymore because it takes a while. They actually take you over to kind of concrete bunker, get you out of the vehicle, make you wait with them, and they run an X-ray over the entire vehicle. It's pretty wild. But coming back, it's a nice border because it's low traffic. So just take your pick, really. So how far is Mexico from here? It's about 3.5 hours. No matter where you go, they're all about 3.5 hours. Piedras, Laredo, and Colombia is really close to Laredo. So, what's it like when you cross the bridge? Well, first thing you do is go to immigration. So you do need a passport. If you're going over land, you can use a passport card. That's what I usually do. I just keep it in my wallet all the time. You got to get your visas for the people. If it's under 10 days or 7 days, it's free. 7 days, it's free. Otherwise, it's about $30, and that usually gets you 6 months. That $30 visa is a pretty good deal. Then for vehicles, if you're going to drive your vehicle, you need a few more things. And you need to be a little more prepared. This is a picture of us taking everything out of Kevin Walsh's truck and putting it into TFR, Tom Rogers' truck, because he had taken that truck to Mexico several times before, but this time he brought his title, and they changed the rules, and they said, that's a salvage title. We don't allow those into Mexico anymore. So you really, yeah.
Actually, it was based on a Carfax report.
Yeah.
They
did that too.
Carfax now.
Yeah, so there's just, sometimes the rules change. Definitely want to have everything you can, all your ducks in a row before you go if you're going to drive. So, vehicle paperwork also goes along with the person driving, so it also lasts for 6 months. So most of us will get a sticker on our window, our vehicle permit, and a visa for the person. It's good for 6 months. We come and go. A couple other things I had on this list to remind you guys to bring a credit card, because they charge a deposit for the vehicles too. I think they do take cash, but you're probably a lot better off with a credit card. They do return the money, and it's a hefty deposit. It's $300 to $400. But you will get it back as long as you return your visa within that 180 days. And they have a pretty sophisticated system of getting the sticker off, and checking your VIN, filing it in the computer, and the money just pops back into your account like a week or 10 days later. So, it always has. So, you got your paperwork done. Now, it's the red light, green light game. And with my truck, with camper shell on the back, I always get the red light. It's supposed to be random. I don't know. But it's usually kind of a cursory check. Where are you going? What are you doing? What do you have? In Colombia, it's an X-ray. It's a little different there. Yeah. Yeah. Last time they were, how much beer and cigarettes do you have? They were really worried about that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But be prepared. You're probably going to get the green light, or the red light.
Border crossings are different every time at every place.
Pretty much. Yeah. So you've got past the red light search. What what happens next? You start driving, and everybody falls asleep. Because it's a bit of driving. You get on the highway. Typically, we take the toll roads, the carreteras. The first toll south of Laredo is pretty steep. It's like $2.65. They get a little cheaper after that, but the toll roads are, pesos, right? About 20 pesos to the dollar. Toll roads are worth it. They're fast, they're safe, they have pretty good amenities. The next slide should be,
Where do you change your money?
Where do you change your money?
How do you pay your tolls with your pesos?
In pesos, Kira says, yes. You can go to your bank here, tell them ahead of time, and they will exchange your dollars to pesos. There are money changers pretty much all over the place at the border. They're not going to give you as good a rate as your bank, but you can get by with it. Credit cards also work pretty well. Some people are afraid to use them. I've been using mine at the Pemexes without any problems. The Pemexes are pretty nice along the carreteras, the toll roads. They usually have a restaurant. You can stock up on hot lunch, tacos to go, lots of beer, gas, everything you need. Works pretty well. This we are caravanning. Surprises. There are a few more surprises in driving in Mexico than in the States. Mostly it's critters in the road, things like that. But really it's a lot like driving in the States. You drive on the right side of the road. They have signs for everything. They're in Spanish, but it's pretty much like driving here, except for the animals in the road. Everything goes pretty smooth. Okay, so northern Mexico is pretty desertous, right? And it pretty quickly succumbs to mountains, but this is a nice area outside of Matehuala where there's a Joshua tree forest. Next slides come up to, there's a lot of drone footage in here, there's more of it. Yeah, here's desert and mountains. That's Bryce, and who is that, Bryce, with you? Bryce.
Anderson, not Sprouse.
Yeah. No, Peter Sprouse was up there too.
He was.
Sure, yeah. But this was so this is desert and mountain. This is really cool, and this was called the Black Hole, or was one of the Black Holes. This was, just for you guys to know, this was a 3-day weekend trip. We blasted down there, drove all the way through, camped out. There's some really, really cool stuff in northern Mexico. This had never been explored before.
115.
No. It was 115 to the very bottom? Oh, cool. All right, so the further south you go, the higher the elevation gets. Typically, those mountains are pretty big, and it becomes a lot more temperate, and it gets really, really beautiful when you get those kind of elevations matched with those kind of latitudes. It's stuff like you can't imagine. It's so beautiful. Look at this. I mean, that's an iPhone picture outside of Laguna. That's an iPhone picture I took from Laguna de Sanchez area. It's really beautiful up in those mountains, and they just go on for hundreds of miles. This is outside of Zaragoza, which is an area that I really want to bring up because we're going to be going down there Christmas time. Peter and I were talking about this yesterday. We're going to take multiple vehicles. We're going to be gone a total of about 2 weeks. I think the 20th to the 4th. There might be, other people going for less periods of time, but we're opening this trip up to get people to come to Zaragoza area, and it's extremely beautiful, and there's a lot of great caves. Here's a good idea of where it is. This area we talked about yesterday has pretty much not been checked out, so there's a huge area here of potentially really great caves we'll be hitting up on around Christmas time. All those red dots, by the way, are known caves. How many miles or kilometers of passage are there in PDP, Peter?
Maybe 215 kilometers.
There's around, over 200 kilometers of passage already mapped in there, and probably 10 times that to go easily.
Do you guys split in teams?
Yeah, We
And
will.
how do you communicate? I guess there's no signal, so what, walkie-talkies or?
For short distances, we'll use walkie-talkies. Typically, people leave camp and go out and come back to camp, and then we regroup.
No signal?
Yeah, they definitely don't sell cell service out there.
You can use your cell phone to reflect the sunlight.
This was our last camp area above Zaragoza a few months ago. I guess this was June. It rivals Yosemite, I think. It's so beautiful.
And how long does it take them to get there?
That's a 2-day drive.
It's not that it's terribly far, but it's a day there and a day up in the mountain.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we're going to get to, right after this picture, some of the, yeah. Oh yeah, sometimes we'll spend a night in a Mexican motel. That's always kind of cool. But we caravan, and we do that for a lot of reasons. Getting stuck is one of them. Oh, the speaker isn't, hang on, let me see if I can get this to play. It's kind of funny.
Does speaker do bass well?
Well, it does. It's pretty amazing for the size of it. There it is. Let's see if I can make this work. Just a little bit. Oh, kind of went too far backward.
Sync. Keep going back.
It's up here. Should be connected. It says it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that. There's a lot of getting stuck sometimes. And a lot of getting unstuck. That takes a while. Yeah. We spent all day that day getting Tom struck unstuck like 5 times. But that trip really lit a fire under me. There's a big cave out there that we tried to get to, me and Ron and Ken, and here's a distant picture of it that we're going back over Christmas. I've got a small team just by truck.
Cave gods. Access to the cities. Real. We went down in the canyon. With a pull down idea. But then they realized we're not going to get up the canyon very easily. And going down the canyon is probably even a worse idea because it'll just get us deeper and deeper. So we are taking turns climbing up and we're back to where we came.
Oh, this entrance is all over. I'll show you some more drone footage in a minute. This is that river canyon we tried, where we were thinking about doing a pull down too. Man, was that
It
beautiful.
doesn't look easier to go back where we just came from. But yeah, that's good fans here.
That was Ron, by the way, up there. I will have to say, right before this, or after, yeah, before this, I climbed up rope first, and Amy, Ron, and Ken were still down there, and I could hear something coming from way up there, a rock rolling down. So I yelled rock. Everybody heard me but Ken. Ron was already on rope.
No,
He said,
no one heard you. We couldn't hear you.
Amy said she heard me. She ducked. But yeah, the water running made it hard to hear, and I was, God, I don't know, 40 meters plus above these guys, plus through the bush. Big rock. We never actually saw it, but I heard it coming down. It whizzed by Ron's head. It came down with such force that it just pulverized itself when it hit the boulders in the riverbed. Ken said he didn't hear anything, see anything coming. He just heard a loud noise. Ron said it sounded like a gunshot, and then there was a cloud of dust and something hit Ken's knee. So rockfall, as we all know, can be pretty dangerous. But
I wondered who brought the gun. And why did right behind
It's
my
getting
head.
late. Tried to do a pull down and propel into the little canyon, but a lot of this from the cave is coming through, and quickly become apparent that to go down would just be a real bad idea. It would take us way down into the canyon, and the chances of finding a way up and onto this slope is any better than stuff we've already seen. Seemed like a pretty risky shot, so we came back up the rope, and we still haven't made it up anywhere close to that.
That's Ron yelling, Matt, is this your canteen? Yeah, it was. So we are going back to that area over Christmas. That particular side of the mountain that's kind of the only thing out there. It's just going to be a small group trying to push to that one. But there is that whole other huge area that I had circled on the map that, there's room for everybody. So we're kind of, we're introducing the idea of this incredible area. Purification is back on, and if you guys want to go, let us know.
Get there one of these days. Starting with 2 days. Overnight at least to get the rest up there.
Yeah, we're going to have to spend the night up there. So this, I'm just going to let it play from here. It's about 4 minutes of just the raw drone footage. I was trying to edit it. Peter and I were looking at it last night. I figured this is a room full of cavers. You guys are you're going to be able to stare at this and like it. This is the end. I think I threw some mandolin music under here, and just watch the drone footage. It's kind of neat.
An echo
going, but you guys. Like I said, about 4 minutes.
Closer.
I know. That's probably a 120-meter waterfall. Can you see it? I mean, it's, at least it's huge. But anyway, that's it. On to Mexico.
Where those entrances go?
We haven't been in there yet.
Does it look like it?
I say so.
Were you afraid to get some drone and you pull it right in?
Yeah, I was actually flying Peter's drone, and they were afraid of it. And
So
no, I'll answer questions if you want. Yeah.
So when are you guys? What are the dates you're setting, and what do you need to go to Mexico?
Well, you need a passport. Tentatively, my truck is leaving the 20th and coming back January 4th.
Awesome.
So this is, it's that time of year.
Bring your passport to get back in the
You hear that, everybody? Get your passports.
Yeah. If you don't have one, get one.
So I'm going to put a plug in too. Besides your
Yeah.
trip over the holidays, you and Peter, we're going to Laguna de Sanchez again.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same time from about the 21st till the 6th of January or something.
Actually, I'm planning to stop and hang out with you guys for a couple hours on the way.
So that'll be that's a fun trip too.
Laguna is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's amazing.
What state is that?
Nuevo León.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we've got
Culmination month of the year.
three decent Mexico trips going in the next 3 months,
Yeah.
if not more.
What more could you ask for, Drew?
5. Come on. Yeah, 3 months.
That was a recording. That was Mandolin Orange, is the band. Mandolin Orange is the band. Yeah.
I was going to say it was us playing around the fire, but
Does anybody else have any questions? Comments?
I haven't heard anybody's voice like that in our
You had a better understanding of that file cave than anyone else. How do you enter that kind of a cave or cavern that doesn't go back very far?
Well, we're gonna go back in December. It's just gonna be a group of 5 because it's really, really, really steep out there. So we want to be with people that are kind of mountain savvy as well. It's so steep we can't even come close to setting up tents. We're going to sleep in hammocks. So we'll leave early. It's about a 6-hour hike probably down to where we turned around last time. This time we'll leave the rope, of course, again. We're going to have to bolt climb up to that entrance of that space for sure.
And that's not shallow. That thing can go back for miles.
It possibly does. There's a couple other entrances on the left.
Well, that's from the Arroyo Buggy entrance.
Is it?
Yeah, right.
So, here's my commercial. Now that we're talking about products, if you guys are hammock camping,
Yeah.
Hammock, the Mantis, is a
Yeah.
really cool hammock.
Cool. I think I have one.
Different ears on like that, right?
I wish.
Hammocks for prizes.
Yeah. I forgot to tell you, I was out here last week in the shoot.
Oh, well. There's more. There's more out there, for sure.
Hey Matt, what's the problem? Is that parkland?
It is national park, right here? Who knows? It's so wild out there. That was about 23 kilometers of off-roading to get there. There's one gate. There's one gate that was not locked. All right.
Goes over here.
What's that?